We got some needle nose pliers from Crescent, so we got another tool review next. I'm Rick, and this shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Down that for your sanity. This is the shack. Hey everybody, welcome. Hey, if you're new to the channel, the first time stopping by, thank you so much, seriously, for taking some of your valuable time out to view. Today we have another quick little review. I'm going to quickly go over some newly acquired Crescent needle nose, and these again are geared more towards electricians, but needle nose, especially some long reaching needle nose, no, not that. I use them a lot. I try to keep a pair in all my vehicles because it's, let me tell you, it's hard getting those stupid little fuses out sometimes. So yeah, these make it real simple. Just grab it, yank that sucker like yanking a tube, is bad or not, and put it back in. So even though you may not be an electrician, I tell you what, needle nose pliers, you need to keep one in various areas because they come in very, very handy. So I'll bring you up close. We're going to check, give you the model numbers, and we'll just kind of give you some overview of what are on these and see if they may want to be a part of your shop. Let's check them out. These are the Crescent Long Noise pliers. They are model Z6548CG. These pliers feature a 6-zone head for exceptional gripping, cutting, and turning capabilities. And we're going to go over each one of those. The one thing that all of the Crescent pliers are now incorporating in their design is this forward high leverage joint, meaning that this rivet is forward, it's right on the edge, and this is your gripping zone. We'll go on more later, but on the other brand of needle nose, this rivet is actually almost in the middle of this area, and some of them might have at least 1/8 of an inch from this very edge to the rivet area. Because this is closer to this actual area, somehow the formulations, you get 35% more cutting force here without having to apply more clamping pressure. You squeeze it for that cutting area. So we'll get into that a little bit as we go through it. So let me bring in the others. I'll get a picture and I will show you just so you have a reference. Look at this picture. You'll see the other brand's rivet is further back. Just so you know, they're not lying, that's true. So that does make a huge difference when it comes to cutting. So that point is very true. So on this, we'll just go over all the functions of the 6 different areas on this head. So one of the areas is this little area here. They call that the torque zone. There's a couple of functions you can use these for, and you don't have to be an electrician to have these pliers. These are very functional, very handy needle nose pliers to have. Automotive, electrical, it doesn't matter. You can use them. Hey, real quick, I always ask that you would consider subscribing, and if you do, ring the ding 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 that bell down there so you are notified when the videos do come out. Give it a thumbs up, like and a share. It helps the channel. Thank you so much. Back to the video. But you can put Romex in here if you need to grip it to pull. You got the grip zone, but what I like about it is the fact that it fits wire nuts perfectly. So you got a wire nut in there. You can help tighten it, or if you got a stubborn wire nut you're trying to get off and it just won't budge, you got this, which these grooves in here fit the wire nut absolutely perfect. Break that thing loose to untighten it and get your wire nut off. Very handy. So you know you can just grab the Romex in there, grab it to help pull. Mainly I use it for wire nuts. Now the back side to me is like a torque zone too, but if you're working on conduit and you need to tighten it up real quick. If it's not too small, this is a 1/4-20, that fits in there absolutely perfect. A size or too big or smaller, and that's about it. You don't want to get too big, can't go too small because it won't fit in there, but a 1/4-20, maybe the 5/16 and down one, it will fit in here perfect, and that fits that hex head fine. Nuts or bolts, there you go, you can torque it down. This is your handy little handheld ratchet. The Inside here, it's got a very light hash mark, almost like your cylinder. When you hone the cylinders, you get the hash marks on there. Those are your cross hatched jaw surfaces for twisting wire. Personally, I'd rather use lineman pliers for twisting wire. I like it better because they're wider, but they still have, and you can feel it, you still have enough surface area to grab things that it won't slide. So if I want to pull the wire, definitely you got good gription there. My word, I like that. And back here, this is smooth, so you got a non-marring grip area. Where is it? Right about there forward, you got the knurling, and this is all smooth, so these are your non-marring surfaces. You also have a nail wire groove for pulling nails and wire. So this is a 5D finish nail. You fit that in perfect. Use it to either, again, if you just want to hold the nail and you don't want to hit your fingers, and sometimes the nail can be even smaller, put it in that little groove, get it set started, take it off, then finish nail it in. Or if you got a nail that you can't really reach in, maybe you can use this. You can pry it out. But it's a nice little groove. This is a 6D. That's kind of pushing, it's getting big. But smaller nails are fine. Wire kind of sits in it, but what I use it for, what I like it, if I'm kind of old school, so I like screw style outlets. I know some of them you can just put the wire in the back. I hate those because you can never get the wire back out. I got to cut the wire, and I hate losing the ends because sometimes the wire is getting too short. So I like the old style. I still like these screws. So what I use these for, I put my wire in there, I can loop it around, then I can straighten this up, squeeze it just a little bit. I have a good hook on my wire, so I can hook onto the outlet, screw it down tight, and I'm good to go. And then of course you have your cutting head back here. Again, right where this arrows are, that's your maximum force. You're going to get 35% more applied cutting force there without having to exert more pressure here to cut. And one other thing that they don't say, but I will mention to you, they have these eyelets on both sides, and this is also part of their new line. All the pliers have these. You can put a safety line on that, so if you're up higher, it falls, it's not going to go down, spearhead somebody in the head. It will stay with you and it won't fall. These are little safety eyelets. The handle is very comfortable, very soft. Just to comparison, you see the older style, basically just a little bit of rubber coating on the steel. These actually are thicker, so there's more padding. They aren't as tough on your hands. They have almost like a very light knurling on here. So you get a good grip. You don't feel like it's going to slide out of your hands. You get sweaty, you get hot. I know sometimes your hands may have a little oil on them, depending on what you're working on. And these all feel like they're almost oil resistant. They're nice. They're not going to slide out. All the pliers have this handle. I call it an oversized grip. Really nice, very comfortable, very soft, very user friendly, if you will. So that is that on these pliers. Very simple, very easy, straightforward, quick and easy and simple. Another decent pair of pliers. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, take back, check, build it for your sanity. That's enough. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.